Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. This is your boy, the coach from the WWE. I would like to welcome you to the very first wrestling podcast in the world to take you on a weekly deep dive into classic matches along with legends of the squared circle. Enjoy the discussion. Enjoy the back and forth. There's so much to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Payoff.
Welcome to an all-new episode of The Payoff. I'm Tom. That's Jeff. I'm really looking forward to this one, Jeff. You picked a good one.
Yeah, this is your boy, of course. Both of them, really. But, not knowing you, people ask, who's your favorite wrestler in this match? They probably guess it wrong.
Well, the better in-ring worker, the more charismatic performer is Marty Jannetty.
Yep. Obviously, yeah.
I love Marty. Very excited to cover this one.
Yeah, this was one, again, and you always ask why. Well, it's Marty Jannetty and Kurt Angle. And in everything, without having watched the match in a while, everything around it is like, should never have ever been as good as it was. And it was, plain and simple. And so with this one, we are not quite on the, we in real life, we're on the shoot life, we are on the road to WrestleMania, but I wanted to kind of sneak a few in here before we kind of truly get to it. But yeah, just a weird one to have on the that shouldn't have been good, but it was.
I remember this being a great match. I'm super stoked to cover it. And, we'll talk about Marty. We'll talk about the timeline. We'll talk about, it's not like this guy was, like a weekly performer at this point. This was very random. I don't even know if you'd see anything like this anymore, where they would just randomly throw someone out there like this. But I'm looking forward to covering this one. So let's get right into the build.
Oh, it's time for the build.
All right, so we're at a Smackdown. It's March 17th, 2005. We're on the road to WrestleMania. You'll get into why Kurt Angle was wrestling against Marty Jannetty. Savannah, Georgia, Savannah Civic Center. We had this match on the show, which was by far the longest match. And then only 3 other matches on the show. Booker T is going to defeat Luther Reigns in 4 minutes. Paul London is going to defeat Billy Kidman in 5 minutes. And then Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio are going to defeat JBL and the Basham Brothers in 11 minutes. And it's just, man, you look at, obviously at this time, the Smackdown was the B show, right? There was just less talent, younger talent. Raw was the priority. So between the fact that this was clearly the B show and you had just a way less talented roster, it's pretty interesting. With all due respect to these guys versus, you turn on Smackdown now and we have one coming up that, I'll be going to, but, you've got Cody, you've got Orton, you've got McIntyre, you've got MFT, you've got the Wyatts. You go on and on, but it's like just, I think Cardona's on there now. It's just loaded. Like it's just amazing the difference.
Yeah, and this was too. I see it's 4 matches. Was this 2-hour Smackdown? It had to be.
Yeah, you'd assume 2 hours at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, because if it wasn't, that's trouble. But anyway, so so this one, like you said, kind of just unusual, but like Angle had the momentum coming into this one. And so, like I said, this was SmackDown taking place in mid-March, March 17th, 2005. The previous month, Kurt Angle had actually beat John Cena at No Way Out. And so you had really him at the top on this one. And at like SmackDown, he was like the top star over there. And so, and kind of focusing on his legitimacy, focusing on his wrestling and doing, what he does. And so he started as as the Angle had him, Angle's Angle, had him as, calling himself the best pure wrestler in WWE history. And so he did have a little bit of crossover onto Raw with Shawn Michaels and a little bit of like a little Angle that was playing out there, but Angle was firmly in SmackDown at this point. And so the Jannetty comes into the picture on this one, where he was kind of the old school worker in style that if, Angle was going to say he was the best wrestler in the world, he had to beat someone like this. So you had Jannetty, who not at that time, but when previous WWE, when he was in there, he was reliable, like he was technical, like he could make everything look really good. And so putting him in that. And plus it's Marty Jannetty, like he just kind of has that name recognition. And so this match, it was announced, there was no long-term angle. It was not a feud in any means. And then commentary was talking to it about how it framed Jannetty as experienced, but overmatched. So it kind of, Jannetty was not a regular performer in a very long time. Like his last run, we're 2005. His last really major run ended in 1996. And so it was practically a decade. This was really just a nostalgia run for Marty. It was 3 days prior to this where you had Jannetty reuniting with Shawn Michaels. They had the one-off tag match against La Resistance. You had Jannetty actually, he was the one that got the pin after they did the rocker dropper. And so, like I said, immediately, it was only televised, immediately before the Angle counter. There was zero build other than Marty Jannetty had a tag match with Shawn 3 days prior. And now you get this pretty much announced on the show, and that's it.
Man, we got a lot to talk about during this match. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, should be good.
All right, yeah, we've got this is a full match, but you've got this on. You found a clip on Reddit.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got this pulled up. I'm ready if you're ready.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, it's time for the payoff.
Oh, it's time for the payoff.
Team champion, and Jannetty has appeared himself in 3 different WrestleManias.
I mean, Marty Jannetty's history in this industry is well documented for sure as a respected athlete in squared circles around the world. And look at that, speaking of respected athletes, Kurt Angle with a fireman's.
All right, man, we're off and running here. We got Angle kind of in his prime at this point, and Marty Jannetty. I will give you a whole bunch of money if you can guess who Marty Jannetty wrestled in his next match after this match.
After this match? Oh boy.
Yes. The next match on record was 2 years later. Marty Jannetty wrestled against someone.
Definitely wasn't WWE.
It was not.
I have no idea. It's probably going to be a name I recognize, but I have no clue who it could be.
This was for a promotion called Fight Sports Midwest. They're based in Portage, Indiana.
Yep.
And in 2007, Marty Jannetty wrestled against a young man by the name of Tyler Black.
Oh, jeez.
So the match after this, Marty Jannetty wrestled was against Seth Rollins. How good is that?
Did he go over?
I mean, who knows? Maybe.
Let's see. I'm going to try and find this one for you. Okay.
I mean, you have to. Marty Jannetty versus Tyler Black, 2007. The promotion was FSM, apparently.
Marty Jannetty defeats Tyler Black in 8:49.
I mean, go find that match. We don't even have to cover it. I just want to watch it.
Right.
I mean, pretty wild here. So just going through some of the other matches that he wrestled after this, he also was in a 6-man with Matt and Nick Jackson.
Okay.
He did wrestle against Mr. Kennedy on a WWE show. He tagged up with the 1-2-3 Kid in 2012. He did another tag match in 2012 with Marty or with the 1-2-3 Kid against the Young Bucks. So there's a 1-2-3 Kid and Marty Jannetty against the Young Bucks match. It was a best 2 out of 3 falls. That's one you should add.
It's just the Young Bucks. Oh boy, this is what happens. You and I get going, and we end up on a tangent here. So
he did a GCW match against Joey Janela in 2017.
The full Tyler Black Marty Jannetty match is available on YouTube, and he is in. It looks like the identical ring gear. Yes, identical ring gear to what he's wearing right now. He's got gym shorts though on instead of the tights.
Amazing.
In a high school gym, I'm going to guess maybe 150 people.
Wow.
One of those. Yep.
And then the last match on record is it was a WrestleCon. It was a battle royal he was in with a bunch of legends.
Rockers, I saw Monday at the Rockers reunion. I think there's definitely major league similarities between Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels.
Look at that. Shoulders down again. Kick out. Referee Jimmy Cordero is blinded. Jannetty's shoulder's actually not on the mat. And look at this reversal.
That front headlock.
It's wild how long it's going to end up being that Michael Cole was calling matches, huh? I mean, he's going to end up being on the stick for 30 some years or whatever. It's unbelievable.
At this point, and I know he talks a lot about Pat McAfee giving him a second wind or giving him a new life, he feels like, and so that's always really good to see. And I know, have you watched all of Unreal yet?
I have not. I haven't started it yet. Yep. We're so backed up on like Netflix stuff. I have not watched it yet. And I've got a trip coming up soon that I may end up watching it on. So
yeah, they do cover.
Good.
They cover what is it, Gunther and Pat McAfee, and that kind of when that happened. Yeah. And so that it was interesting, kind of hearing some of the angles on that.
Is he going to the top?
That's what it sure looks like. He's climbing.
X-handle to the skull of Kurt Angle. Jannetty's unreal. Angle didn't expect to be in the fight of his life. Will we come back to Savannah next?
All right, man. Marty's over. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Celebrating in front. Yeah. So, so go to commercial, and then no spoilers or anything for you, of course, but then at the very end of Unreal, that we know that there is going to be season 3, and it is going to cover, it looks like, the last 3 to 4 months before leading into Cena's retirement. And so I think that will be, I'm very much looking forward to that. We know that the retirement did not necessarily go over, a lot of the fans wanted. Doesn't mean that he didn't enjoy it, but the fans, could have been something more instead of what it was. But yeah, I will very much anticipating looking, probably in 8 months or so when we get the next season. Yep.
I mean, obviously it's doing well if they're going to keep cranking these things out.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And it almost adds credence to it when you've got like certain, like even the Taker coming out and being like, I don't care for this behind the scene business. Like we don't need to be showing that. Like it's like I get it, but also it's just not the world we live in anymore.
No, and it adds. Look, when you can create another dimension to this, right? Like that's what's so. One of the many things that WWE has done so well is, and some of it's the nature of the product, right? Because it's scripted. But think about how many dimensions there are to this thing. So in the NFL, you watch the games, right? Some people watch the HBO, whatever the training camp got, Hard Knocks. I've never seen it, which is, I don't know why, but I literally, maybe because the Steelers have never been on it, but I've just never watched it. Okay, so you have Hard Knocks. And then there's like some of that stuff on like NFL films where they'll do like the dramatic recap or whatever. But for the most part, I mean, I'm a huge Steeler fan. I mean, obviously I watch the NFL every week. And I don't watch any like NFL documentaries. I'm not watching like any NFL reality shows. I mean, I'm just not. So you look at WWE and it's like, okay, you've got the TV shows, the PLEs, the Saturday night's main events. Okay, you've got all that product. Then you've got all the archives. Then you've got stuff like Unreal. Then you've got the A&E documentaries, right? Like, I mean, and you go through all this stuff and whatever other content they create. And then, you know, I bet you there'll be another major Vince doc at some point. I could see the last ride treatment happening to Cena or to Austin, you know, so it's like you start thinking of all this stuff. Hogan's probably going to get like a 5 to 10 episode docu-series at some point. I mean, the stuff that they're able to do with this content is just unbelievable. So is it for everyone? No, but that's the beauty of it. You know, Unreal, I'll sit there with my wife and watch that, and she'll actually be into it. All right. And then there's going to be something else you might watch with your kid. And there might be something else you don't want to watch at all, but a teenage boy would find really interesting. And then, you know, if you have a daughter, she's going to want to watch Total Divas. I mean, so it's like, it's unbelievable what they're able to do with the content.
And there's so much. They have so much history. Like, and we've said it on the show before, like the nostalgia factor for people that are you and me, you know, referencing the 90s, we immediately perk up. Like, you know, you go a generation older, like the old 80s, you know, what was it? Somebody I saw just uploaded like Memphis wrestling, like some of the Memphis wrestling. I sent you the link for that a while ago, and I'm still reviewing that to add some of those matches to us. But this is stuff that, you know, it is wrestling history that you and I have just, like, you know, we weren't alive for it. It wasn't what we watched. And so, but it doesn't mean it didn't lay the foundation for what we watch now. Real interesting match here. It's been technical, but also a little slow for good reasons. I'd say, like, you know, Marty's, they're definitely protecting Marty a little bit here. Because it is a fairly long match I'd say someone who hasn't wrestled in a while standards, but he's got him kind of locked in on the mat right now. But yeah, just see what happens here. But so far, so good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, to your overall point, like, yeah, I think it's one that, like, we will keep getting either Unreal or the behind the scenes or these kind of documentary shows until we're dead. We have to. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think I've told you this. I have not been on wrestling Twitter in probably, I don't know, 45 to 60 days now.
You referenced that last time, actually. Yeah.
I still have
reading the dirt sheets. Yeah. Good.
I mean, I have no idea. I mean, it's weird in the sense of I have no idea on potential spoilers, on rumors, on what's triggering the internet wrestling community because someone said something that got misconstrued out of context and it could have meant this, and so we need to all be really upset about it and you know, cancel the person that said it. I mean, you know, I have no idea what's going on, and I kind of love it. I mean, I've always said I wanted to do it, but it's just a really interesting thing when you turn on Raw or Smackdown, and you know how they have like the entrances where they're like, and you know, tonight this is gonna. I mean, I'm watching that because I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. You know, I mean, like I don't know.
Right?
I don't know what happened over the weekend. And I mean, it's a really fun way to watch wrestling. I love it. I mean, maybe like during PLEs I'll go on and scroll a little bit, but man, it's been fun watching it this way. And now that my kid's into it, like it's kind of fun just watching it like episodically the way you're really supposed to watch it, not, you know, through dirt sheets.
The lens of the internet. Yeah.
All right. Hurricane Rana from Marty. I'm like watching him, he doesn't look like he's gassed or whatever. I mean, he looks like he's...
Yeah, I think it's I think the last thing I sent you was, they built the Royal Rumble Stadium in 3 weeks or whatever it was. Like, that's how long, or 4 weeks, however long it took them. And so, but yeah, for the most part, like, but
it is kind of cool. It is kind of cool to think about a wrestling venue where it's built around the ring versus in the middle of a basketball court or
you're stuck,
a football field or whatever.
A prefixed, you can do what you want.
Now these guys are starting to cook now.
Yeah, I know.
Kurt's also really selling for Marty. I mean, he's wrestling this like he's, like it's Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. What's pretty cool too is like I'm watching Marty, and his facial reactions are really, really good. Like, I'm just saying, like, your timing. I mean, you really aren't wrestling much anymore, but just to remember to like work the ref and be like, that was a 3 count, not a 2 count. Like, some of that stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's like riding a bike, but it's still pretty wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, man, Kurt Angle's giving him a lot, man. This is wild.
Marty trying to get out of it. Yep.
Look at this guy.
Was the damage done to the ankle, perhaps?
Oh, look at Angle breaking down the knee. Ankle lock by Angle. Man, he's got that ankle lock on.
Unless he's doing the ankle lock on a different ankle, I swear Marty might have been selling the wrong ankle, but I could be wrong.
You never know.
Well, he has the ankle lock on the left foot, but he was selling the right foot earlier. There you go.
Excruciating pain. Jannetty's in with that ankle lock. Jannetty's hanging on. He's hanging on. It's hard, Cole. I'm telling you.
He's really. I'm sure Angle.
He's trying, man.
I'm sure Angle's like, dude, all right, tap out.
There we go. Yeah. Time to go home. Yep.
No shame at all.
All right.
Tapping out to that ankle lock by Kurt Angle.
Wow. Marty looks dead.
Yeah, he does. I'd be gassed too.
Jeez. So at this point, Marty would have been. Let's see. Let me try to guess here real quick. I had it.
So it was 2005. So 20 years ago, 26 years ago.
He was
21.
only. Yikes. Oh no, I'm sorry. He would have been 42 at the time.
Still,
42.
Did not look 42.
No, looked great. All right.
Yep.
Time for the aftermath.
Oh, it's time for the aftermath.
What do you say?
That was once they got cooking, like, and I've said that for years now as we've been doing the show. Like, once they gave them a little bit of time to cook, like I even said, it started a little slow, but once they got there, like they got there. Like it was a really good match. You would have never quite like if you were to just throw this on for someone, you wouldn't have questioned when was the last time this guy had a wrestling match. Like, not even of like significance. Like, when was just the last time this guy wrestled? And like, he came out there and he looked like he was ready to go. I'm sure, that was a 18 or 15 minute match, which I'm sure was a lot, but also like he was out there and did it well.
I was very impressed. Very impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah. So,
and I love, and you'll get into this, but I love where this fits in the bigger story here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's interesting. So, this for Angle, this took him right into the WrestleMania 21 with Shawn Michaels. And so getting into that match, well, it kind of, like that said, Angle, they said at the very end of that commentary, if you didn't hear it, like Angle is going to teach Shawn Michaels how to tap out because of what he's going to do to Marty Jannetty, which great way to kind of put that out there and kind of have it be a thing. And so Michaels, of course, that was a great match there, a long one for them. Angle ended up getting the win on that one. Marty on the flip side, though, like that's it. Like there was no rematch. There was no follow-up. It was truly just a one-off. He went back, obviously, to, I say, the Indies. but that's it. Like, that's all he had. There was no write-ups on this one. Kurt Angle was number 6 in 2005. Marty Jannetty did not get ranked in any way. And so I feel like this one a little tough to score, but what are you thinking?
So I'm going to give it a 7. The match was good. The match was fun. But part of this is, like I said, where it fits overall, because I've told you this before. Anyone that says that the greatest WrestleMania match of all time was Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle, I have no argument with you. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has to be in the conversation. That match, maybe because it wasn't for a title, it doesn't get talked about enough. That was that's one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time. So the fact that this was part of the story, because remember, you have Sherry Martel singing Sexy Kurt. I mean, the build for that match was excellent. And then the actual match was as good as it gets. So that's part of why I love this match, because of where it fits. So I'll give it a really solid 7. What about you?
Yeah, I'm at a 6.5. I think, like I said, the build, of course, was nothing. The aftermath was nothing. But I think it speaks to the ability of really Marty and Kurt almost it is Kurt to a bigger degree to, like, Marty had to be out there and doing it, but Kurt had to, get him there too. So they had to work well together, which, like you said, at the end there, like, all right, I'm done. But also on the flip side, like, they had to work together. They had to do a good job. And they did. And it's, like I said, I think it's a selling point where you can say, oh, like, when was Marty's last match? Or, oh, is he on weekly TV because he's having a match with Kurt Angle? Like, and it's not a bad match at all. So I think you got to look at it from that angle too. So yeah, I'm a 6.5. Not bad.
Yeah. We both enjoyed it. And you picked a really good one for us next week, by the way.
Yeah, this one kind of hidden gem. We are sticking with Kurt Angle at this point, but this is one. It was one of those when I am on a little preview there. When I am on wrestling Twitter anymore, I'm looking at the historical clips. I'm kind of looking to see what the hidden gems, and then I get them added for you and me so that we have them. And usually I'll send it to you, and I'll be like adding this. And this was one that. It was almost, I wanted to get it in here before WrestleMania because it did happen. It was 2017. It was more recent in March. So kind of lining up with the dates for us. But it's Kurt Angle and Cody Rhodes in a steel cage match for Northeast Wrestling. And you're like, I don't know any of these things. I don't know what this match is. It is exactly what you think it is. We are going back to the high school gym, and we're going to have a sellout crowd of over 3,000 in this high school is what it said. I'm sure standing room only, but some names on the card we're going to recognize. But it's just it's not even under the radar. Nobody talks about this match. And so that's why we're going to make sure to cover Cody Rhodes and Kurt Angle. It was actually the last of a best of 3 series, which we'll get into. Yep.
We got a lot to cover on this one. I'm really excited about it. So
I'm excited.
Right, well, we appreciate everyone listening, and we'll see you next week on Monday, as always, on an all new episode of The Payoff.